Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Wicked Bee of the West YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie Diana Eubank. I'm a doctoral candidate at Concordia University of Chicago. I also teach operational management, supply chain management, and lean operations at Stan State. So, with spooky season upon us and being the Wicked Bee of the West, I wanted to talk about first and foremost the benefits of remote work and that there's a real reason why people are choosing statistically, and this is backed by data that's been supported by every major news outlet and the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, that remote workers, when people are or when companies are requiring return to office or RTO, they're choosing instead to leave the company, which unfortunately is why a lot of companies are choosing to push RTO. They're trying to have a layoff without having a layoff. And doing this is a weird gray area that presently is legal, but as the government catches up with this practice, could become a major violation for most companies. Let me explain. There is something called the WARN Act, WARN Act. WARN Act. Now, in the WARN Act, companies with, I forgot how many people, are required by law to report when they're about to have a layoff. Employees have the right to check the WARN Act to verify that their company isn't planning any layoffs to make sure that they're okay. And especially as we get into spooky season, Thanksgiving and Christmas, these are the main times a year when we see layoffs. So, what a lot of companies are instead doing is doing return to work mandates. And they're doing it to force people to quit because by doing that, they get a layoff without getting a layoff and they don't have to pay unemployment. So this creates all new issues and violates the WARN Act requirements for companies to report because instead of having a layoff, they're just saying, we're trying to bring everybody back to increase synergy, which is BS. The studies have all come back. The data has shown since COVID, productivity is still good. Remote workers are happy being remote. Remote work has so many benefits to a company, it is innumerable. This whole channel is devoted to why remote work is so good for business and so good for the employees too. This being said, why they're just trying to escape having to pay. Many companies are just trying to escape paying unemployment and letting their investors know they're planning to have a layoff, instead rebranding it as we're trying to increase our creative branding, etc. And we're trying to increase synergy, which is BS, especially since many remote workers who have had to go back into the workplace find themselves basically doing the same Zoom calls with the same leadership that wasn't required to return to work that they were doing from home. Now they just have a commute and a dress code that they now have to meet, on top of a lot of other issues that come with remote or come with the transition back to in-person versus remote that they don't have to deal with. On top of that, a lot of people like myself who moved out of big cities to go live in the suburbs or in the more rural areas because of cost effectiveness, working remote has been awesome and has been so transformative for me and my family in a positive way. So, to companies who are trying to do this, yeah, we all see you. And this has been a tactic that was pioneered by Yahoo in 2013. So, you're pulling from old data in more ways than one, but you're also making a negative name for yourself. As you keep pushing more remote or more in-person versus remote and pushing return to office, you are alienating and making it to where you're going to have a harder and harder time with recruitment because nobody wants to work in a company that is choosing to use this tactic. It just isn't a good look. That's all I have for you for today. I hope you have a happy Halloween or Dia de los Muertos, whichever you celebrate. And remember, remote, it's here to stay.